Hello Capricorn and welcome to your reading. Today's date's the 5th of November, so I'm going to be doing this reading for you with the Lenormand and a couple of tarot cards here that I've already pulled out. We're doing it with numbers as well, so everyone's going to have like every number, you will be a number between 1 and 9. And I'll explain that as I go along for those of you that haven't seen me do the numbers before. But yeah, so I'm going to do this, which I am, for each and every sign. So let's have a look. So before I get into the numbers, the overall energy here. So I've pulled Lenormand cards and obviously a tarot card for each section as well. So I do see here the overall energy coming in, that somebody from the past that was a bit of a nuisance for you, Capricorn. I don't know if they caused trouble or I don't, it was just like a lot of confusion around this person, some sort of confusion around them. But whatever, there was a bit of a nuisance, let's put it that way. But that was in the past, so from the past they're coming back. So I think the same person is coming back into your life, or somebody else that's just as much of a nuisance as what that person was, or the same person. So I do see somebody coming in here. Obviously, I don't think they've changed much, let's put it that way, whoever this person is for you. But that's what I was picking up here with the cards that have come over. You have got some challenging cards, but not to worry about that. They're not, when they're paired with other cards, you know, they don't have to be such a challenge. Okay, so let's get on with the numbers. So if you are a number 1 Capricorn, your birthday will be on the 28th of December, the 1st, the 10th, or the 19th of January. Okay, so what we have here for you, my number 1s, we have the tree, the fox, and the clouds. All right, so something here, and we have that with the magician as well. So there is something here for you that's maybe work related, confusion over work, or it could be a health problem or issue that you're worried about. It doesn't have to be anything major, but maybe something to do with your health, your vitality, your well-being that is confusing you, or something there that you don't know. You know, you don't know what it is. You feel something's not right, but you can't put your finger on it, that sort of thing. So maybe, you know, we can look at your diet, something lacking in your diet, your vitamins, you know, nutrition and stuff like that, that's making you feel a little bit lethargic, under the weather, anything like that. All right, so let's have a look. But it does show me here that with my number 2s, let's have a look, let's go down the line, because they all intertwine sort of thing as well. So if we look at number 2s, this is for those of you born on the 29th of December, the 2nd, the 11th of January. Okay, so for my number 2s, you have the scythe, the sun, and the clouds again. Some more confusion coming in to do with something here. I feel, and you have that with the 6 of Swords. So that is moving away from, you know, distancing yourself, or moving away from something that's confusing you or making you feel a little bit muddled in some way. All right. So the scythe, the sun, and the clouds with the 6 of Swords. So this could be a sudden decision as well. But with the sun being there, a sudden decision that produces in the long run good results. Okay, maybe things appeared unclear before. All right, so this is you moving past uncertainty in some way. All right, so that's my number 2s. So let's move on. Number 3. So number 3, we have, this is for those of you born on the 30th of December, the 3rd, or the 12th of January. All right, so you have the dog, the moon, and the bouquet. All right, so but you do have the 3 of Swords with that. All right, so a good friend, maybe a good friend is going through a painful situation at the moment. Somebody you know is having problems and they're not sure about things, and maybe they're asking your advice about something, okay? Or it could be because the sun is next to that as well on the number 2 section now. And this could be somebody that is going through more than they're letting on, you know, more than they're letting you know. They're letting you know, obviously, on the outside, everything's fine. Or if you ask them, they say, no, no, everything's okay, that sort of thing. So it's about not sort of showing it, you know, showing that they're happy on the outside, but in the inside and what's going on in their situation is a completely different story. Okay, so that's what I have. Sorry, just dropped my pen. Do excuse me. All right, so that's what I have for number 3s. All right. So let's move on to number 4, Capricorns. All right, so this is for those of you born on the 31st of December, the 4th or the 13th of January. All right, so your line, you have the fish, the bouquet and the tree. And you have that with the 5 of Wands. So for this, for you, I feel, my number 5s, this could be a blossoming business in some way, okay? A business that's growing, all right? This is something to feel, I think, quite excited about because you don't know sort of where it's going, that sort of thing. But let's have a look. Very competitive. I've got that. I picked it. Obviously, I wrote down a very competitive market. You know, whatever it is that you're doing, it is quite a competitive market. As jobs go or business, this could be the beauty business. It could be anything to do with floristry, flowers, you know, that sort of thing. Or it could be a health business or a spiritual business, you know, whatever relates to you. But also, because you've got the moon there as well, it can be a very creative business, what you're doing, which is really nice. Okay, so let's move on to number 5, Capricorns. Let me just cross those off. Okay, number 5, Capricorns. You have the house, the stork and the anchor from the Lenormand, and with that you have the 10 of Wands, making me feel obviously very strongly with the cards coming in saying what it is here. I do feel there's a move on the horizon for you, Capricorn, my number 5s, which is lovely. This is a new home, moving home, but this is long-term security. So it's somewhere where you can finally sort of settle down and sort of you know, get stuck in here in some way. All right, it's relocating, obviously hard work ahead with that 10 of Wands. All right, so a lot of lifting, maybe heavy lifting, be careful of your back, but heavy lifting, moving stuff, packing up, that sort of thing. That's the energy I was picking up with you, number 5, Capricorns. All right, so that's really great. And I also picked up a timeline here. So we could be looking at the 17th of this month or the 21st of this month, November, or we could be looking at around springtime, March, the 3rd of March, that sort of thing, sort of onwards. So that's really good. So I'm liking that for you, number 5. So moving on to number 6. Number 6, you have the rider, the cross and the mice. All right, a little bit challenging. All right, so news coming in, maybe some sort of news, painful. I do feel here, because I feel here for you, number 6, because I do feel somewhere you're going through some sort of quite possibly a painful, some sort of painful stress. You're going through a stressful, worrying time at the moment. All right. That's what I was picking up with these. And you have that with the 9 of Wands, indicating that you just want to be left alone here in some way, all right? But the main message for this line is not to give up, all right, on whatever it is. You know, obviously, you're going to put up your boundaries here in some way. You know, certain people you want to distance yourself from. And it's just like... I'm just getting that energy of, you know, you can't take any more sort of thing. So don't give up there, all right? Whether it's them, as I say, people around you or a certain person, it's like, you know, you're not feeling that that you're in the mood to sort of, I don't know, maybe socialise or stuff like that, or you find it hard maybe to trust certain people, all right, or people trying to come into your life, so you're finding it hard there because something always seems to go tits up or that sort of thing. But not to worry, please, you know, don't give up there, all right? My number 6 is. So if I move on to number 7, so my number 7 Capricorns. So this is for those of you born on the 25th of December, the 7th or the 16th of January. So your cards, you have the House, you have the Anchor and the Woman, and you had that with the Empress card. So whether this is you, Capricorn, my number 7, oh, excuse me, whether this is you, or somebody very close to you. This could be your mother, your auntie, your sister, you know, somebody very close to you, somebody who is maybe helping you in some way. But anyway, this is a card to feel proud of what you've created. If this is you, all right, you've created, all right. It's about work and money as well, and what you've spent, especially on your home or your business, you know, it's what you've spent. It's money well spent. Let's put it that way, because you've created something that's long lasting here. All right, sort of surrounding yourself with a lovely, pleasant, and beautiful environment in some way, where you know where you feel comfortable. So that's really nice. All right, my number 7 Capricorns. Moving on now to, we're nearly there, moving on now to number 8 Capricorns. So for you, my number 8s, I have got the Coffin, the Fox and the Scythe. Now if you remember, over here we have the Fox, the Scythe and the Clouds, and we've got the Clouds twice. So that's what made me feel at the beginning of this reading, that somebody from your past that was troublesome or just trouble is coming back, is sort of coming back. So you know, as a general overall of Capricorns, you know, whoever you are, it's just someone sort of trying to windle their way back in, and they haven't, I don't see any change here with this person. I don't see much change, you know. Anyway, so let's have a look at my number 8. So this could be the end of a job. All right, for you number 8s, this could be to do with redundancies, cutbacks and stuff like that. But I do see, or cutting certain, you know, this could be cutting certain people, as I said, or a person out of your life as well. Maybe you've seen and heard, I put there, just, you know, heard and seen too much, that you know you can't be dealing with it, you know, you can't be doing with it anymore. Okay, whatever this is. With that, you have the what do we have? The 3 of Wands. All right, so this is you. You know, it's that lookout energy. I'm thinking it's more of that lookout energy. Maybe you're on the lookout for a new job or something to that effect. But it's also you being aware, all right, and also finding out things as well, you know, investigating something, especially if somebody's coming back into your life that wasn't very reliable before. So maybe it's looking into things there. Okay, so let's move on to my number 9 Capricorns. Right, my number 9 Capricorns, you have the Moon, the Ship and the Birds. All right, so this is talk of maybe a creative, exciting, even emotional trip here with the Moon. So it can be emotional trip, but also creative, you know, something creative. Visiting a place of remembrance, you know, something that brings back memories to you, a lot of memories, or paying your respects here, because it is lined here on the sides with the coffin. So, you know, you could be going somewhere where you are maybe a place of memories. I said remembrance, which is paying your respects to somebody maybe who's crossed over into spirit, and you're going to visit the as I say, the grave or the place where they were buried or cremated, anything like that. So it could be that sort of thing as well. Or someone that you haven't seen, okay, you haven't seen or spoken to in a long time. So for you, and maybe you're looking, whatever this trip, I do feel it could be long distance, a long distance trip. So someone you haven't seen, I said, or spoken to for a while, maybe someone needs or is looking for financial help or guidance. So this could be you, Capricorn, looking to fund maybe this trip, or it could be somebody coming towards you. As I said, possibly maybe this person from the past who's looking for an handout, as we say, an handout. So they're looking to borrow money or something like that. But whatever way, because everybody's situation is different, okay? So, you know, keep an open mind and see where that fits for you. Now, the overall energy anyway for you, Capricorn, is the King of Wands. All right, so that's lovely for I'd say more the advice, you know, be confident. And I do feel that it is, you do know what to look out for now. Obviously being more alert, more shrewd, you know, sort of not giving up here as well, okay? So that's a really nice card. Very intuitive, the King of Wands as well, because it's a fire sign. That can be a very intuitive energy, and that is with, as I say, with the it's next to the moon, all right? So you're very good at sussing things out or finding things out. Yeah, so definitely talks of doing something here with the birds and the ship, especially when it comes to travel or taking a trip. So there's quite some serious talk here, and obviously, as they say, uncovering things as well, sort of finding out things here that you need to. That's what I had for you, Capricorn. You know, nice reading, a little bit challenging, I'd say, especially when it comes to dealing with a certain person or a certain couple of people around you. But other than that, I think you got your head screwed on. All right, Capricorn, so that's really lovely. So I'll leave that there with you. Do hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And most importantly, hit that notification bell for any further content that I put up, okay? All very much appreciated. Thank you, Capricorn. God bless and good luck. Bye.